There's a secret war waged in the depths of the soul, one that even the most enlightened refuse to speak of. It's not greed, not anger, not even fear. It is lust, an ancient force that has toppled empires, corrupted saints, and shattered the will of even the most disciplined seekers. And yet, those destined for greatness, the chosen ones, suffer from it the most. But why? Why do those who are called to higher knowledge secretly struggle with the most primal temptation? This is not just about physical desire. Lust is a test, one designed to either forge you into something greater or chain you to the lower realms forever. It is a force of both creation and destruction, a divine paradox that few understand. The truth has been hidden, buried in the teachings of ancient mystics, encoded in sacred texts, and lost to the modern world. But tonight, we unveil it. In this video, we will expose 5 powerful reasons why chosen ones wrestle with lust, and what it reveals about your path, your purpose, and the hidden forces trying to control you. Stay until the end, because what you are about to discover will change the way you see yourself forever. Let's begin. Lust has been a force of both fascination and fear throughout human history, not merely as a bodily urge but as an esoteric trial, a veil between the physical and the divine. Ancient civilizations understood this power far beyond its surface meaning. They saw it as something far greater, a spiritual initiator, a cosmic test, and at times, a force of enslavement. In the mystery schools of ancient Egypt, initiates were taught that the lower chakras, particularly the sacral energy tied to desire, could either be transmuted into divine wisdom or left unchecked, dragging the soul into material bondage. The path of the adept was clear: master your desires, or be mastered by them. The great pharaoh Akhenaten, known for his radical spiritual reforms, spoke of this battle in hidden hymns, warning that desire unrestrained leads to spiritual decay, clouding one's connection to the divine. Likewise, in Hindu and Tantric traditions, desire was never seen as evil, but as a Shakti, a raw force of creation. However, only those who had attained true self-mastery could wield this energy without being consumed by it. The Kundalini serpent, coiled at the base of the spine, was believed to be awakened by both desire and discipline. If tamed, it would rise to enlighten the soul. If misused, it would keep the seeker trapped in an endless cycle of craving and dissatisfaction. Even in the mystical traditions of Christianity, the battle with lust was seen as an internal war between the flesh and the spirit. The Desert Fathers, early Christian mystics who abandoned society to seek enlightenment in isolation, spoke of the demon of lust as one of the most powerful trials on the path to divine union. Saint Anthony the Great was said to have been tormented by visions of temptation in the wilderness, a test meant to break his focus and shatter his discipline. He overcame, but not without great struggle. In the Kabbalistic teachings of Jewish mysticism, lust was linked to the force known as the Yetzer Hara, the evil inclination. But here's where the teachings differ. The Yetzer Hara was not meant to be destroyed, but transformed. The greatest sages knew that suppressed energy does not disappear, it festers. The key was not avoidance, but alchemy, turning base desire into divine will. But why have these teachings been buried? Why has modern spirituality reduced lust to a mere sin, or a simple biological function, stripping it of its deeper meaning? Because hidden within this struggle is a profound secret, one that could shatter the illusions of this world. The chosen ones, those destined to awaken, are not just battling lust as a personal weakness, they are fighting an ancient force that seeks to keep them bound to the lower realms. And in the next section, we will uncover exactly why this battle is so intense, why those who are called to higher knowledge find themselves wrestling with this force more than anyone else. Stay with me, because the deeper we go, the more the truth begins to reveal itself. The battle with lust is not just about resisting temptation, it is about energy. Chosen ones struggle with lust more than others because they carry an immense spiritual charge, a fire that, if not directed, burns uncontrollably. But this is not a flaw, it is part of their divine test. Let's begin unraveling the mystery with the first 2 reasons why those on the path of awakening secretly wrestle with this force. Reason number 1. The curse of high spiritual energy. There is an esoteric law known to mystics and sages: the more spiritually awakened a person is, the stronger their physical desires become. This is because higher consciousness does not eliminate energy, it amplifies it. In occult traditions, sexual energy is understood as the raw life force of creation, the very energy that fuels manifestation, spiritual insight, and even divine connection. This is why many enlightened figures throughout history have had intense internal battles with desire. When Kundalini energy rises prematurely or without proper guidance, it can flood the lower chakras with overwhelming intensity, leading to obsession, indulgence, or suppression, both of which create suffering. Think of this energy like a river. If controlled and channeled, it becomes a force of enlightenment, creativity, and divine union. But if left unchecked, it overflows, leading to chaos, addiction, and self-destruction. The chosen ones are given a greater current of energy, and with that, a greater challenge. But why is this happening now, more than ever before? Reason number 2, the hidden war for your energy. What if I told you that the modern world is designed to keep chosen ones trapped in lower vibrations? Ancient civilizations saw desire as sacred, something to be mastered and transmuted into wisdom. But today, we are bombarded with a constant stream of lust-based distractions, engineered to keep seekers from reaching higher levels of consciousness. From the hypersexualization of media to the rise of addiction-based platforms, we are witnessing a deliberate effort to enslave spiritual beings through overstimulation. The more one indulges in empty pleasure, the more their life force is drained, preventing them from ascending to their true purpose. Esoteric traditions speak of archonic forces, invisible entities that feed on lower vibrational energy, thriving off human suffering, addiction, and distraction. Every time a chosen one falls deeper into indulgence, they become easier to manipulate, easier to control. This is why lust is not just a personal challenge, it is part of a greater war for your very essence. But if this force is so strong, if the world is structured to keep chosen ones in bondage, how does one break free? In the next section, we will go deeper, unraveling the final 3 reasons why chosen ones struggle with lust, and uncovering the hidden keys to mastery. Stay with me, the truth is only beginning to unfold. Now that we've exposed the spiritual nature of lust and the hidden war for your energy, let's go even deeper. The struggle with lust is not merely personal, it is a reflection of a cosmic paradox, a test embedded in the very design of reality. Here are the final 3 reasons why chosen ones secretly wrestle with this force. Reason number 3, the paradox of divine and mortal nature. Chosen ones exist between 2 worlds, the higher spiritual realm and the physical plane. This dual nature creates an unavoidable conflict. On one hand, you are drawn toward higher wisdom, purity, and enlightenment. On the other, you are bound to a human body that is wired for desire, craving, and pleasure. This is the paradox of the divine spark trapped in mortal form. The greater your spiritual awareness, the more you feel this conflict. While others indulge without question, you are painfully aware of the struggle. You feel lust, but you also feel guilt. You desire connection, yet you seek solitude. You long for purity, yet you are tempted by the flesh. This is why the most powerful seekers, from ascetic monks to esoteric masters, have wrestled with this force. Some chose total celibacy, attempting to sever themselves from the body. Others, like tantric sages, sought to integrate and transmute this energy. But the struggle itself is a mark of the chosen. Those who are unaware of the battle have already lost it. Reason number 4, the power hidden within lust. There is a reason why lust is one of the most difficult forces to master, it is because it holds the key to spiritual transformation. What if I told you that lust and enlightenment are 2 sides of the same coin? In esoteric teachings, the same energy that fuels desire also fuels spiritual awakening. Sexual energy is not just physical, it is the raw essence of creation itself. This is why the ancient alchemists and mystics practiced sexual transmutation, the art of redirecting desire into spiritual power. This energy, when controlled, can fuel creativity, strengthen manifestation, and elevate consciousness. But when uncontrolled, it leads to obsession, distraction, and destruction. This is why chosen ones struggle more than others. You are not just dealing with lust, you are dealing with untapped power. Those who learn to control it can ascend to new heights. Those who fail to harness it become enslaved by it. Reason number 5, the final test before ascension. Here is the greatest secret of all. Lust is the last great test before enlightenment. The battle with desire is not a curse, it is an initiation. Before one can ascend, they must prove mastery over the physical plane. This is why so many sages, saints, and mystics have been tested in isolation, in temptation, in silence. This is the final trial before breaking free from the cycles of suffering. Overcoming lust is not about suppression, nor is it about indulgence, it is about mastery. It is about learning to wield the energy of creation rather than being controlled by it. This is why chosen ones suffer. Because they are on the edge of something greater. because they are on the brink of unlocking something that the world does not want them to discover. But the question remains, how does one master this force? In the next section, we will reveal practical techniques, ancient exercises, and hidden wisdom that will help you reclaim your power and transmute lust into spiritual strength. Stay with me. The path to mastery begins now. Understanding the struggle is only the first step. True mastery comes through action. The chosen ones are not meant to be victims of their desires, they are meant to wield their energy with wisdom and purpose. If lust is a force of both creation and destruction, then the key to overcoming it is not suppression, but transmutation. Below are 3 powerful techniques, drawn from ancient wisdom, that will help you reclaim control over your energy and channel it toward your spiritual ascension. 1. The art of transmutation, redirecting lust into power. In esoteric teachings, sexual energy is raw life force, Shakti, Kundalini, Kai. If left unchanneled, it seeks the fastest outlet, often through indulgence. But if directed properly, it can be used for creativity, manifestation, and spiritual elevation. The secret lies in redirection, not repression. Here's how. Breathwork, pranayama in microcosmic orbit. When lust arises, instead of acting on it, focus on your breath. Deep, rhythmic breathing slows the racing mind and moves the energy upward rather than letting it stagnate in the lower chakras. Physical transmutation, exercise and creation, energy that is not expressed physically turns into frustration. Channel it into intense workouts, martial arts, or creative pursuits like writing, music, or art. Many of history's greatest visionaries were known for sublimating desire into their work. Meditative alchemy, visualization technique. In a quiet space, sit with your back straight. As desire arises, imagine drawing the energy from your lower chakras upward, through the spine, into the crown of your head. Feel it transforming into higher consciousness, into inspiration, into divine connection. Lust is not meant to be fought, it is meant to be redirected toward a higher cause. 2. Celestial discipline, the warrior's approach to lust. One of the greatest weapons against uncontrolled desire is self-discipline, but not the kind based on fear or suppression. True discipline is built through ritual, structure, and purpose. Here's how the most powerful seekers protect their energy. Sacred mornings and evenings, the first and last hours of your day shape your subconscious mind. Avoid overstimulation in these critical windows, no social media, no unnecessary indulgence. Instead, focus on meditation, journaling, or sacred readings. Fasting for mastery, intermittent fasting or occasional prolonged fasting helps weaken lower urges and strengthen willpower. Many mystics used fasting not just for physical health, but to reclaim control over the body's impulses. Digital detox from triggers, the modern world is designed to keep you distracted and enslaved. The more you expose yourself to lust-based media, the stronger its hold becomes. Be ruthless with what you consume. Your mind is a temple. Discipline is not about punishment, it is about choosing mastery over mediocrity. 3. Sacred connection, the hidden power of divine union. Lust in its highest form is not about indulgence, it is about connection. The chosen ones often struggle with lust because they seek something deeper than physical pleasure. This is where the principle of sacred union comes in. The esoteric purpose of attraction. If you find yourself consumed by lust, ask yourself, what am I truly seeking? Often, it is not the physical act, but the soul's longing for connection, love, or purpose. The key is to recognize this and elevate your relationships beyond the physical. Spiritual partnerships. In ancient tantric teachings, the highest form of intimacy was one where both partners uplifted each other spiritually. Seek connections that elevate your consciousness, not just your desires. Transcending empty pleasure. Not all intimacy is sacred. Many chosen ones feel drained after meaningless indulgence because their soul is rejecting shallow exchanges of energy. Learning to differentiate between lust and true spiritual connection is one of the greatest skills on the path to mastery. When energy is consciously honored and directed, it ceases to control you. Instead, it becomes a tool for ascension, creativity, and divine connection. Final thought. The shift from slave to master. The chosen ones are not meant to be prisoners of their desires. The struggle with lust is a sign that you are carrying a greater power than most. But power left undirected will always lead to destruction. The key is to wield it, transmute it, and master it. And now, the final question remains, are you ready to take control? In the final section, we will summarize the key revelations and leave you with a powerful reflection that will shift your mindset forever. Stay with me. The journey is nearly complete. Lust is not your enemy. It is a test, a teacher, and a key, one that can either shackle you to the lower realms or unlock the gates to your highest potential. The struggle is not a punishment, it is a sign that you are destined for something greater. The world does not want chosen ones to master this energy. Because those who do become unstoppable. You have now uncovered the hidden reasons behind this battle. You carry immense spiritual energy, and that energy, if not directed, can consume you. You are trapped in a world designed to keep you distracted and drained. You exist between the divine and the mortal, caught in a paradox that few truly understand. You are struggling because you hold immense untapped power, one that must be mastered, not repressed. And finally, this is your final test before ascension, your rite of passage toward true spiritual sovereignty. But knowledge alone is not enough. It is time to decide. Will you remain a prisoner of your desires? Or will you become the master of your own energy? The choice is yours. If you found this revelation valuable, let me know in the comments, how do you plan to apply these teachings in your own life? And if you're ready for deeper esoteric knowledge, subscribe and join me on the path of wisdom and mastery. Until next time, walk with power.